Okay, so hopefully you had some time to go through the questions and answer questions 2 or examples 2 through 10 using the verbs in the word box in past continuous tense. All right. So let's go through these together, and I'll show you what I wrote. All right. All right. So number 2, because number 1 was already done for us. So number 2, me young. So we're talking about me young. I, which is first person, was studying English at home last night. Okay, I was studying English at home last night. Cairo. So this again is another first person. All right. I was driving to work. I was driving to work. Magda and Luis, or Louis. All right, so it's 2 people. We were eating dinner at Kate's Kitchen restaurant. We were eating dinner at Kate's Kitchen restaurant. All right. Number 5, Ilian and Francine. So this is 2 people. We were attending a neighborhood watch meeting. We were attending a neighborhood watch meeting. All right. Number 6, Susanna, first person. I was babysitting my grandchildren at my daughter's house. I was babysitting my grandchildren at my daughter's house. Number 7, Claudia. It's going to be first person. I was baking a cake for my daughter's birthday party. I was baking a cake for my daughter's birthday party. Number 8, Leah and Mark. So these are 2 people. We were painting the kitchen. We were painting the kitchen. Number 9, Daniel. This is going to be first person. I was visiting my friend and playing video games. I was visiting my friend and playing video games. All right. Number 10, Murray and Sari. So 2 people. We were working late at our hair salon. We were working late at our hair salon. Okay, so that's what I got. Hopefully you got the same. All right, so let's take some time to look those over. And if you have any questions about these, using the past continuous, right, let me know, and we'll go over it in our Zoom meetings, in our weekly Zoom meetings. All right, let's move on. Let's turn over to page 113. Okay, page 113. B, talk with a partner. Look at the picture. Ask and answer questions. Use the past continuous and the verbs in the box. Okay, so let's look at the box here. All right, our word box, and let's go over these so we know how to say them and pronounce them in English. Okay, first word is knit. All right, we do not pronounce the K, so it's not knit. Right, we don't pronounce the K and we use N, so it's knit. Okay, knit. The next one is a phrase. All right, 3-word phrase. Play a game. Play a game. Next one is a word. Read. Read. Sew. Sew. Talk. Talk. And then the last one is a phrase. Watch TV. Watch TV. Okay? So before we go into asking and answer questions, right, let's look at this picture and let's find out what we see here. All right? So Bill, and I'm going to tell you what I see. All right? Bill is reading the newspaper. Elsa is knitting. She's just knitting. Okay, Elsa is knitting. Maria is sewing. Okay. Judy is talking on the phone. I think that's her cell phone there in her ear. Judy is talking on the cell phone. Pedro is watching TV. Okay. Beatrice and Isaiah are playing checkers on the floor. And John and Sandra are also watching TV with Pedro. Okay? So that's what I see. So now we can go back and ask and answer questions in the past continuous form, tense. Okay? Using these words and phrases. A. Was Bill doing? What was Bill doing at 7 p.m.? What was Bill doing at 7 p.m.? Answer. He was reading. Okay? So that's an example of how we would talk to our partner and ask and answer questions in the past continuous using these words talking about this picture. All right? Another example would be, what was Elsa doing at 7 p.m.? She was knitting a sweater. All right, she was knitting a sweater. What was Judy doing at 7 p.m.? She was talking on her cell phone. She was talking on her cell phone. Let's talk about a group. What were Isaiah and Beatrice doing at 7 p.m.? They were playing checkers. They were playing checkers. Okay? So now it's your turn. Take some time, pause the video, take some time, and talk with a partner about this picture. And ask and answer questions in the past continuous tense. Okay? And when you do that, let's return back to the video and we will move on. All right? Great. Okay, so number 3 on page 113. Communicate. Work in a small group. Ask and answer questions. Take notes in the chart. Okay, so let's look at some of the example questions. Sergio, were you at home at 9 o'clock a.m. yesterday? Answer, yes, I was. Question, what were you doing? Answer, I was sleeping. Okay, so now here we see in our chart, under name, Sergio. That would be somebody in your small group. The time, 9 o'clock a.m. I'm sorry, the hour, 9 o'clock a.m. The time, yesterday, which is in the past, right? And the action was sleeping, right? So, let's say it's me, all right? Eric, were you at home at 9 a.m. yesterday? I would answer, yes, I was. Answer, what were you doing? Let's see, on Saturday, let's see. Okay, I was, so first person, right? I was cleaning my room, okay? Or I was making up my bed, right? That would be Eric for name, hour, 9 a.m., time, yesterday, action, either I could say cleaning my room, was cleaning my room, or was making my bed. Okay, so now it's your turn. Find a small group of people and ask and answer questions. This would also be a good exercise to do in a Zoom meeting. Okay, so we can do this in our Zoom meeting if we want to practice our past continuous, using our past continuous, asking and answering questions. All right, great. So now let's move on. All right, let's turn the page to page 114, and we're going to tackle lesson C. In lesson C, we're going to talk about the past simple versus, right, the past continuous. How to use the past simple, how to use the past continuous. Sometimes we have to use them together in a sentence, okay? So it's good to remember how we use the past simple, and it's good to continue to practice how we use the past continuous. All right? Here's the rules of using past simple and past continuous together. In this sentence, there are two verbs. Watching, arrived. Okay? So let me read the sentence. I was watching television when he arrived. All right? Here's the rule for using these two tenses together in one sentence. The first action is a long action. It lasted for a period of time. We therefore use the past, the past continuous. All right, this is a long action. Was watching. The second action is a short action. Okay, something short that has interrupted the first, has stopped the first from continuing. All right, so for this we need the past simple, or the simple past. All right, he arrived. All right, so the first action is a long action. The second action is a short action that stopped the first one from happening, from finishing. Okay, let's look in page 114. Lesson C, past continuous and past simple, or simple past. Grammar focus. Adverb clauses with when and while. Use when or while to begin an adverb clause to show that one past action interrupted another past action. Biggest thing here is that they are all in the past, okay? One is a long action in the past, one is a short action in the past. Use when with the simple past for the action that interrupted, okay? Use while with the past continuous to show the action that was happening before the interruption, okay? We just went over that, so let's look at this again when we're using adverb clauses with when and while. Okay? Here's an example. When the fire started, Maxine and Joel were sleeping. Okay? Short action, fire started. Long action, Maxine and Joel were sleeping. Okay? While. Let's use the word while. While Maxine and Joel were sleeping, a fire started in the kitchen. Okay? We swapped these two, the long and short action, okay, in the past. And now the long action is first. All right? And then so because the long action is first, we use the word while. While Maxine and Joel were sleeping, the fire started in the kitchen. Let's look at this again. Maxine and Joel were sleeping when the fire started. All right? This is another way we can write this sentence without having to put our comma. Right? Before we had to use our comma, which was our pause. Right? But now when we write it this way, we don't have to do that. All right? Let's look at it one more time. A fire started in the kitchen while, right? While Maxine and Joel were sleeping. Okay, no comma. We use the word while because our short action, or the thing that interrupted, began the sentence. All right? Let's practice. Write. Complete the sentences. Use the past continuous or simple past. All right? Now this one we have to pay attention. All right? This can be a little tricky. Okay? So we have to pay attention, take our time, and do these. All right? First, look at the sentence and decide which past action was interrupted. Number the activity 1, number the activity 2 that interrupted the past action. All right? So number 1 is the activity. Number 2 is the activity that interrupted number 1. Okay? First one is done for us. While Dad was working in the garden, a thief stole his car. Okay? While Dad was working. That is our long action. Okay? While Dad was working in the garden, a thief stole. That is our simple past, stole. Okay? And that is our interrupting, our short action. Okay? His car. Let's take some time and go through this. And let's stop the video. If you need to go back over what we've learned and what we've talked about in your notes, please do that. And then we'll come back and go through these together. All right? You can also scan this barcode to listen to this to make sure that you can follow, right? Or if you have the older book, you can go to CD number 2, track number 26. All right, CD number 2, track number 26. So let's stop the video and take some time to do number 2 through 9. All right.